Let's move on to market moves that we noticed in old frame cardboard. First one's right here up at the top of the list.
Yeah.
It's had quite a move over the last week, and just today it's gone up too. Soldevi Digger. You and I both noticed that the Digger is going up in price for some reason.
Sure, I had some of these, but I can't find any.
On MTG stocks, I do have one. I did pull one out of a pack back in the day. I never got rid of it. And I'm looking at this table. It has done this before.
Oh, okay.
Look at this chart. It's spiked up before. It spent the last year and a half, 2 years coming back down, and somebody's trying to buy out the Digger again. So Devi Digger is a rare from Alliances. It is 2 colorless to cast, and then you can pay 2 colorless to put the top card of your graveyard on the bottom of your library. So things go in the graveyard, you keep refilling your library. You can't get it right away. But when I asked you why this was spiking, I don't know if you know the exact reason.
I saw someone mention in a post about this that there's something that's allowing you to draw from the bottom of your library. I don't know if that's even the correct term. Like you said, it might not be draw, it might be play from or something like that. But I couldn't find the post again, so I'm not sure what new card is causing this.
Yeah.
I do know that for several years, and this might go back to these previous spikes, 2018, there's a guy named Krenko, I think. He's a goblin.
Not the mob boss goblin, the jailer goblin, Krenko.
Dang, now see, I should have pulled this up before the episode because now I can't find it.
Krenko is also a 10 Street Kingpin or an enforcer.
Aha, I found it. All I could find, I kept using goblin jailer, and it's not. And the name's wrong too. This one is Grenzo.
Okay, yeah.
Come on. See why I mixed up Krenko and Grenzo. Grenzo Dungeon Warden.
Grenzo?
Yeah.
Not Grenzo Havoc Razor.
Oh, geez, no.
Grenzo Dungeon Warden.
Yeah.
Was printed in Time Spa Remastered. He's a legend. Goblin Rogue. Put the bottom card of your library into your graveyard. If it's a creature card with power less than or equal to Grenzo's power, put it on the battlefield. So you can keep putting things from your graveyard to the bottom of your library, to the battlefield, to the graveyard. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's Soldevi Digger, if it's that has anything to, I think maybe it did in 2018. I'm not sure what's doing it to it now, but maybe we'll have an update next week if I read more about it. Should
we just go all in? Should we take all of our life savings and just buy the Digger? It is a reserve list. It's tried. People have tried to spike it multiple times, never gotten above $5. But you know what else is out there that allows you to do things with the bottom of your, or put things on the bottom of your library? I don't know if there's nothing else that exists.
And it's not too poorly, like its mana cost and its activation cost aren't like terrible. So it's not like it's like a bad card if you have things that can make use of that.
Got some interesting art. Classic illustrator, Amy Weber.
It's like a Ferris wheel that wants to dig under the earth.
So the Digger. The Digger was something that we noticed because we recognized that card from Alliances. Alex thought he would have some Diggers because he did purchase an entire box of Alliances that he split with BJ back in 1996, whatever, and he's still upset that he did not like his pulls. And 25 years later, he's still thinking.
I got a lot of bad artifacts is the thing. I got duplicates of multiple bad artifacts. So I figured this had to be one of them.
But not the Digger. No, just it's still that box is still disappointing you 25 years later. In addition to the Digger, Heaven's Gate, it's down on the day, but Heaven's Gate has definitely been making some moves throughout the course of July. We see something crazy happened in 2021. I believe this blue spike, but it was going up in 2021. And it was making its way down, and it shot up again recently. So you can get them still for what, like $15-20 probably, but it's been going up all of July. Heaven's Gate, to remind you, this is an old man Magic card. This is an old frame classic from Legends. If you don't remember what it does, it is 1 white instant changes the color of one or more target creatures to white until end of turn. You choose which and how many creatures are affected. Cost to tap, maintain, or use a special ability of target creatures remains entirely unchanged. This was jumping up in price for the same reason that Touch of Darkness, another card from Legends, was jumping up in price. And Alex, you told me what that reason was. There's a card from the Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle Earth set.
Correct. King of the Oathbreakers.
King of the Oath Breakers.
Yeah.
I don't know what this one does, so I'm going to pull it up real quick.
This is the undead guy that Aragorn and crew go off in the paths of the dead to meet and recruit to
That's
make them
terrifying.
live up to their oath that they once broke, and they have to come to the aid of the mortal armies and fight the forces of Mordor. Then this guy, he does this thing where whenever another spirit you control becomes the target of a spell, it phases out.
Mhm.
And then whenever King of the Oathbreakers or another spirit you control phases in,
Comes
you
back.
create a tapped 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. So they'll
Okay.
double whenever they phase out and come back in. Heaven's Gate and Touch of Darkness, both for 1 mana each, enable you to target all of your creatures at once and make them all phase out and then phase back in and then double the number of spirit tokens you have.
So it has nothing to do with the color change effect, but it has everything to do with the fact that it's a 1 casting cost spell that you can cast at instant speed that targets as many creatures as you want it to target. Right?
That's my understanding. There might be another aspect to the deck that makes use of the color change, but
Okay.
I think it's just about the targeting. The one article about this mentioned a card called Horobi Death's Wail, a flying spirit from one of the Kamigawa sets. It was just black. And when that card came out, I guess, or when people started using it, Touch of Darkness was spiking. But now that this card, King of the Oathbreakers, come out, since it has white, it allows you to include Heaven's Gate instead of just doing it in a black manner.
King of the Oathbreakers, white and black. So you can throw Touch of Darkness in there. You can throw Heaven's Gate in there.
So I think it's worth mentioning Sylvan Paradise, right? This is another Legends spell. I assume it's an uncommon as well. Yeah. For 1 green that does the exact same thing, but for green. Now it's already up around $10, I guess. But I'd keep my eye on this and, this whole cycle of spells, because if they introduce a new commander or a new, strong creature with green, this could be doing the same sort of thing.